Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for being here with us. In this great opportunity, we have to show you this amazing project, because you're going to see an amazing project where the City Council of Madrid and a cluster of creative and video game companies are involved. As he said, my name is Ricardo Sierra. I am a sports TV commentator. And during my career, for more than 25 years, I have been working in traditional sports. You see, golf, basketball, tennis, and of course, football. But in the last years, we and my company also have been focused on the esports. And the reason of this is that we know the importance of this industry, and not only the esports, but also the video games. Because the last year, here in Spain, the billing of this industry has increased about 20% in relation to 2 years ago. And another very interesting detail is that in 2021, the revenue of the esports company in our country had reached 34 million euros. And also, the local video game companies have created more than 8,000 jobs here in Spain. So for this and many more reasons, we want to keep focus on this area. But I'm not here to talk about these numbers. I'm not here to talk to you about my experience. I'm not here to talk to you about my personal feelings. I'm here to introduce you an amazing project. And not only the project, but also the people that is working so hard to make it possible.
Madrid is one of the most powerful cities in the world. A city that breathes life, energy, and dynamism. A city to live and work in. And what's more, it is the central economic region of Spain, a strategic communication center, and a privileged destination which receives millions of visitors every year. Madrid writes its future with innovation entwined with an important artistic and creative community, with the technology industry to create new opportunities. And Madrid begins the game to convert itself into the video game capital, offering infrastructure and institutional support to launch gaming technologies and, above all, the talent. Madrid gets in the game. The Madrid City Council has pushed the creation of a cluster of video games to empower the development of the gaming industry sector, which is growing, generating wealth and quality employment. The cluster is an authentic ecosystem that brings together more than 60 companies, which includes all sectors of the industry, from the development and the creation to the equipment, from the esports and the platforms, through to the distribution, the legal area and the events. Amongst the associates, we find top-level digital technology companies, authentic referrals in the world market. What's more, through the cluster, the industry can access the talent and human potential that graduates from the centers in Madrid every year. Madrid homes more than 60% of the country's higher education for video games. In Madrid, we are starting a new game. For this, the City Council has come up with an ambitious investment plan and the creation of a video game campus to spread the gaming industry. 3 pavilions, more than 3,000 square meters. They will host the incubator and the accelerator for study and development. Also, it will have a high-performance esports center for gamers and a pavilion. The Madrid Arena to hold large esports tournaments and events. Madrid begins its game. The cluster of video games is one of the major digital ecosystems in Europe today that will transform Madrid into the capital of gaming. Madrid, gamification capital.
Interesting, nice, amazing. So now is the time to introduce you to this stage, Miss Begoña Villacís, the Vice Mayor of the Madrid City Council. Hello, Begoña. Come here, take a seat.
Nice
We're going to take a seat. Nice to meet you again, Begoña. This place, I think, is for me, because I have to talk with the other brats. You are the first and the more important. How are you, Begoña?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
How
are you feeling in Madrid? Do you like Madrid?
Yes, a lot, a lot. You have to clap more, please.
I know. Hi, please.
The first question is clear for you, because what objectives does Madrid City Council pursue with this amazing project?
Well, it is a really amazing project that is going to be in the most amazing city right now.
Yes.
So this to all of you that are visiting Madrid for the very first time, please, enjoy the Nave, and we have so many things to offer, as you can see in South Summit every year.
It's an amazing place, the Nave.
But please come out of the Nave as well. Go to Madrid and go to visit, because as I always say, you need to taste Madrid, because if you taste it, you'll probably stay. And one of the things we want to do with this project is to retain talent.
Yes.
Right now, Madrid is actually, we do have very good universities and centers, and we're training very, very high profiles. And we just don't want them to go away. I want them to stay in the city, to create value. Second thing I want to do is attract talent. So that's why the very first thing I was telling this to stay in my city, because this is the most unbelievable city. It's one of the highest quality of life city in the world. So we want to retain talent, attract talent. We want to bet for a sector that we consider that is an absolute priority. We consider that gaming is not what it was supposed to be. Maybe like 5 years ago, people, when they were thinking about gaming, they were thinking about people just gaming in their houses, and thinking about all the bad things related to gaming, but gaming is not that. Gaming is art, it's culture, it's imagination, it's creation, and we want to the weight of the sector is improving. Every year, 24% of the corporations related to gaming are here in Madrid right now. The sector is creating 9,000 direct jobs and around 23,000 indirect jobs. So it's actually, I think it's strategic for Madrid. That's why we're betting for it.
Thank you, Begoña. I have more questions for you, but later, because now is the moment to introduce all of you to Alberto Granados, Country General Manager and President of Microsoft Spain. Hello, Alberto.
Hi, nice to be there.
I'm going to put it this way, because I have to see you. Alberto, Microsoft has made one of the largest purchases of video game development studios with Activision Blizzard acquisition for nearly $70,000 million. Oh, what is this purchase intend to achieve, and what effects can it have for the sector here in Madrid?
First, the gaming industry for us is obviously something extremely interesting from the perspective of relevance. We are talking about 3,000 million people around the planet. It's the biggest industry. It's more than the cinema and music together. So you have an incredible relevance in terms of capillarity. The second thing is the level of synergies that we're going to have with Activision Blizzard with the metaverse is very obvious. So most of the technology that we are developing right now in industrial metaverse are in fact based on gaming. The intention since the beginning has been to democratize the access to the technology. So most of the indies, small companies that want to develop gaming will have the same access to the AAA developers that take 3 years to develop Candy Crush or whatever other gaming, Call of Duty or many of the popular ones. So we are actually it's a technology massive synergy to enable every developer in Madrid to be sure that they have access to the most sophisticated technology on artificial intelligence, on scalability, on cybersecurity. I was listening to Begoña, and I fully agree on the fact that gaming is a social activity, something that opens the doors. It's also a cultural activity. So obviously we have some of the aspects in terms of ethical behavior that we want to deploy as well in the gaming industry and also in the metaverse. One of the things that we announced just as curiosity is social distance. So somebody, a teenager or anybody can decide that when you are interacting in a gaming or in a game or in a metaverse, you want to have social distance, so nobody that doesn't know you will approach you. So that's just some of the aspects that we want to keep in mind. Also, we think that gaming needs to be inclusive. So it's not only about gender, it's not only about ethnic, it's also the fact that...
or age.
Or age, exactly. It's also the fact that people with disabilities and accessibility is one of the aspects that we want to push more. We're talking about 400 million players around the planet that need accessibility features. So we announced already the Xbox game controller for accessibility. We recently re-announced some of the firmware features like labeling or change the size of the letter, or many other aspects, but this is one of the aspects that we want to continue pushing. ASL in many of the channels of Xbox is another example, so we are trying to be as inclusive as possible and find new synergies. I mean, when you think on grandparents and how they can play with the family, when you think on the social interaction that you can create, but also the ramification on industry. You know, thinking on Madrid, imagine, for example, for tourism, how the injection of tourism content into gaming can open new doors and can create very immersive experience.
That's actually one of our projects.
Yes, exactly. So, all in all, very excited with the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alberto, because you have introduced a very interesting theme like the metaverse, and we are talking about this theme with what's next speaker, Irene Gómez-Luque, Open Innovation Director at Telefonica. Hello, Irene.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, fine.
You have experience in this stage today.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. A short time ago, Telefonica has created a department to encompass all the initiatives developed by the Telefonica Group around the metaverse, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But what does Telefonica expect from the metaverse, and what will it mean for the video game industry and for Madrid's commitment in this field?
Okay. So metaverse seems to be the next big tech thing, I mean, big tech phenomenon, because I think it's gonna change the way we gamers in this case are gonna experience how they play. Imagine they were used to play in a flat screen, and now they are going to experience an experience more lifelike experience. They are going to be immersed in a new way of doing things. In my opinion, I think there's going to be a turning point before and after the metaverse in gaming. Because as I say, they were more used to play into a multiplayer game, but now with metaverse, they have in front of them the possibility to have the next level of gaming. Yes. So they're going to have the avatar, so they're going to have their identity in this virtual world that identifies who they are. And they're going to be able to let the social colleagues to incorporate into this new space and to share the gaming space, to share these experiences. And new business models are arising. I'm sure you're aware about the play to earn. So players are paid to play. So I think we're going to see new business models on top of this space. And of course, the use of these technologies of virtual reality and immersive reality, they're going to experience the space in a different way. What is, for me, more interesting is the possibility to interconnect those spaces, those metaverse.
I agree.
The way we see metaverse at Telefonica is a way in which we want people to experience this new space with autonomy, with free of risk, and with security, and being able to use the technological capabilities we can offer as a telco. So we have in front of us big challenges around identity, around security, around privacy, in which we believe we can play a big role as Telefonica.
Thank you, Irene. About the next level you are talking about, we are talking with the next guest. That is Fernando Piquer, CEO at Movistar Riders and President of the cluster.
Hello.
Hello, Fernando.
Hello.
How many companies, what type of companies, and what does the cluster mean for the video game industry?
Yeah, the cluster is an initiative created and promoted by some companies and Ayuntamiento de Madrid or Madrid City Council. And currently we are around 65 companies of different industrial environments, gaming production, e-sports, content, digital content, and legal. And we created this initiative a year ago, looking for identify, define, and promote new projects together and try to create a strong base here in Madrid of the gaming industry and try to make this city a strong city around the industry, the gaming industry in the world. So we are now working on identifying that projects. At the same time, we are defining some public projects like the Video Games Week. We are working to create a different set of projects to make the city the main place in the world with this week with projects like Guild Gaming Festival, like a gaming parade. So there will be a lot of things, and we are working on defining these projects.
And you have been working just 1 year ago. This project started just 1 year ago, so you have been working so hard. I have one more question for you, Begoña, because before you were talking about the goals of the Madrid city in this project. Now I ask you, what tools has the City Council put in place to achieve that objectives?
Well, we have a primary tool. Her name is Maria Jesus Villamediana. She's sitting right there. And Fernando, is she or is she not?
Yeah.
Very, very hard working. Yes.
She's a public worker, but she is very crazy. And she's the kind of person that you find is like, when everybody tells you this is not possible, this never been done by the administration, there's no way you can do it. And she's like, yes, you can. And so she called me and she knows how I am. So we both just went and decided that we're going to do this. And at the very beginning, when we started, knocking everybody's door, people were very skeptical because they didn't picture an Spanish administration actually doing and promoting something like this. And we have we have so many women in my team that work. Maria Ángeles Castillo is another one of them. We have Angelina right here. But we just decided that we need to go for it, and we started knocking everybody's door, and everybody at the beginning, they didn't believe in it. Okay, it was very tough at the very beginning. So with Fernando, we created first the cluster, which has been the strategy. It was key totally to go on with the project, and right now we have 65 corporations, after that. So let me explain you how this is going to be. This is, do you know Casa de Campo is a forest that is kind of like a metropolitan forest that is in the middle of Madrid, which is a beautiful place. You do not imagine the campus, the gaming campus, in this place. But it's beautiful. It is a campus. It's a real campus. So we have these three historic buildings. They're beautiful. We just put them, are they supposed to look right now? And we're going to have one place for corporations, entrepreneurs, people that are actually starting, that need to know, all the things that they just don't know because they need partners. We're going to just align teaching, academic, with corporations, with entrepreneurs, with gaming, with creators. We just want everybody to know each other because right now in Madrid, we do have corporations, we do have investors, we do have gamers, we do have players. Right now, we do have marketing experts. We do have people that know about taxes, but they just need to be together. And when you put things together and they start seeing each other and you create that energy and that synergy as well, things just grow, as happened with us with the Campus de Videojuegos, which is going to be a history of success, where this is very close. Let me tell you, this is very close to be open. You are all invited. And Madrid is going to be on the map of the gaming. We're going to have a place in the my map of the gaming.
Thank you, Begoña. And now we are going to see this issue from another point of view, because at an educational level, Alberto, Microsoft has chosen the video game to be a tool to transfer knowledge to the youngest, okay? And can you tell us how to see the education of the future and what applicability will gaming have here in Madrid?
Two areas. One is obviously in higher university, most of the technical people graduate will be professionals that can develop in the gaming industry in Madrid. So we're thinking on how to support the training of those people so they can support an industry not only on gaming but metaverse as well, that will have strong demand of professionals that can develop on the cloud. And the other is an aspect like Minecraft, where Minecraft for education has been for a long time, since 2016, a platform to train young people in different aspects. You know, we are incorporating aspects where the teacher can have a board, you can control what is going on, you can stimulate with different contests, with different ideas, with different content. STEM, which is an area where we are suffering a lot and we want to put a lot of emphasis. There is actually right now a robot that you can put to develop inside Minecraft. And then it's up to the imagination. I mean, so recently in October we did the back to school with Ayuntamiento de Madrid to make with almost with 800 students, with 77 centers, how they can, or schools, how they can imagine how this place can be and how they can create something out of the box. We have done also very nice things around sustainability with Siemens Gamesa recently, where the intention was to create like the planet savior. So how the young people can simulate different sustainable environments and can create a new world sustainable. Or recently also we announced with the Nobel Prize organization the active citizen, where actually they can, in different contexts, create different environments as well. We are also working with patrimonio of different monuments around Spain. Also, we are planning to do something around Madrid. So, in a nutshell, I think Minecraft can be the tool to train while you play, which is the main aspect. And also the creativity of the teacher is up to him, you know. So we are opening completely the environment so they can create as much content as they want, you know.
Yes, I know what you're talking about because my son is 13 years old and he's always playing Minecraft, Minecraft, and says, I'm building, I'm studying, Daddy. So.
And the Minecraft generation is getting older. So.
Yes.
That is true, actually.
There's one about Metaverse, Irene. For the Metaverse to prosper, it will have to take place on telecommunication infrastructures adapted to it. So I have a double question. It's the same way to ask, how is the infrastructure in our country in general, and are the network ready?
Okay. I think we all agree that network is essential to make this happen. And of course, we have a challenge. We need to, for Metaverse to work, and I will extend to gaming, the new gaming in the Metaverse to work, will need more communications capabilities. The good news, and I think we have good news, is that we live in a country in which we have a super good network. In fact, around fiber and 5G, and specifically in Madrid, because we are talking about the gaming hub, we have more than the average in Spain, 96.4% of coverage in fiber, and more than that in 5G. So I think we have the infrastructure. The key challenge here is to continue deploying network technology, not because we need more capacity, but because we need to use the network in a more efficiently way, and on top of that, in a more personalized way. Let me give you an example. Imagine you live in a street in which some of your neighbors are using they need low latency and high bandwidth because they are gamers. But others, they read their emails and use the network in another way. What we need to achieve is, by using the same network, to define a way in which I can use in a more efficient way, depending on the application, depending on the use case. So I think that's the key thing to achieve. And to make this happen, in Telefonica, we are working on different projects. Maybe you know about 5G standalone. So to have ultra low latency and ultra bandwidth for the users, network slicing, that means just like putting the network into slices, and depending on the application, you just, and the quality of services you need, you serve to the users. And something that is also important is this decentralization to the edge. That means that you move the computation of the network next to the user. And something for me that it's going to be key is the appification of the access, the appification of the capabilities of the network.
Thank you, Irene. And last but not least, you have time enough. Don't worry about Fernando. As Rider CEO, what do you bring to the content industry, like esports, and what else?
Yeah, my main role is I am founder and chairman of Movistar Riders. It's an esports club. And I've been on the esports industry from the last 7 years. And for me, it's very interesting how the industry.
You lost.
Sorry? Hello?
Yes? Fernando? The microphone, Fernando, is doesn't working. Please.
Hello?
Try again.
You want mine?
On mine.
I'll give it.
You can change it.
Is that to see? Begoña is going to be the first.
Uno de mano.
You know, hand.
Uno de mano.
Microphone is better for Fernando.
Thank you, Begoña.
You are the faster.
Yeah, for me, it's very interesting how the gaming industry, from time to time, happens little revolutions inside the industry. And the last years, for me, the gaming industry made a very interesting revolution. It's how people create content through video games.
Yep.
It's not only play video games, and how people create content through the product. No? And for me, this is a very strong point in the gaming history, because it's not impact only on the gaming industry, but also on the audiovisual content industry. How the people is creating his own content of digital platforms like Twitch, how the competitive gaming is not only people playing video games, but people watching others playing video games. So I think this is creating a branch inside the gaming industry, and creating a little, for now, a little industry. There is the called esports and competitive gaming and content creation, and how there is creating a lot of impact on new positions. For me, it's a good place for young people having new employments, and is a good example of how young people has been studying for positions, for new positions they never
opportunities, but they never know
before. Yes. So I think there is a good point here, and how Madrid, for me, we are several sports club working in Madrid, and I think it's a good opportunity for a city like Madrid to be the capital of esports, and I think there is a good opportunity to create content for all the world. So I'm here. I'm working here for 7 years. I think it's the future of the gaming.
Thank you, Fernando. We have no more time, so thanks so much, Begoña. Thanks, Alberto. Thanks, Irene. And thanks, Fernando. And thanks, all of you, for coming here, for staying with us in this stage, and also the people that is seeing us at home or everywhere they are. So, everybody, Madrid is the future of gaming. Thank you very much.